Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. It is right now, you are right here. My name is Manuel, and it's my pleasure to welcome you. Today is day 2 of the show, and I have to congratulate you for making the best decision of the day to spend some time with me. Let's get started. It is my pleasure to share with you some of the things that I usually only get to express into the open air of my den as I sit down and watch The Bold and Beautiful and The Young and the Restless every day. And I would like to go ahead and start with The Young and the Restless today, and specifically revisit a topic that I was talking about with you just yesterday about the absurdity of the anger of these children. Yesterday we were discussing how absurd it is that Cain's children hate him and want nothing to do with him because he had the nerve to become a secret billionaire. How dare he? As I said yesterday, I wish that my father were to show up today and say, son, I have secretly become a billionaire and it's all to your benefit. I would love that, and I think most of you would as well. So, yes, Cain's children hating him, and Lily also for becoming a secret billionaire, is ridiculous. We also touched upon the fact that it's absurd to try to act as if the Newmans are victims in all this, the takeover, the stealing of their company, however you want to phrase it, when you consider everything that they've done. Which lets me segue into today's show here in the States, where Daniel is basically trying to read Phyllis the Riot Act. And something that occurred to me is that Daniel, in the course of chastising Phyllis, chastising his mother, he himself mentions that Lily and her kids have been kidnapped by Victor. Okay? He knows they've been kidnapped by Victor. He knows what's going on. And yet, once again, he is acting as if somehow the Newmans are the victims. Here's somebody, Daniel, who knows very well how ruthless, how horrible, how vicious, and just not an all around good guy Victor Newman is. And yet he's trying to act as if somehow Phyllis is the real culprit in all this, which is absurd. That's what I mean when I say that these children on The Young and the Restless act absurd. Another point is that he tells his mother that by stealing Newman, right? Stealing Newman, he has stolen Summer's legacy. Daniel, you realize that the likelihood that Summer was ever going to end up at the top of the heap over at Newman Enterprises was almost zero. Now, with Summer's mother, who is also your mother, Phyllis, in charge, of course Phyllis is actually securing Summer's legacy. Very disappointing, Daniel. You should be a better son. But we know already that for some reason these are quite petulant and absurd children on The Young and the Restless. Now, let's move on to The Bold and the Beautiful and once again discuss Eric Forster. I am certain that many of you, maybe most of you, are as disappointed as I am that Eric, after the treatment that he received at the hands of Ridge and Brooke, decided that he was going to return to Forrester. But it's not so much just his returning that is so disappointing. Although, of course, he should have more self-respect and not just go ahead and return back to Forrester just because Ridge gives him an apology once, because we've seen Ridge apologize before. What is truly disappointing is that he made a commitment to Katie. He went to Katie. Katie never asked him. Katie was not even that certain about accepting his offer at the beginning. But Eric went to Katie and said, I will do this for you. I will stick with you through the launch. I am your man. He made that commitment. And now everything, it seems, is hanging in the balance for the new Logan Fashion House. From what we've seen, and I'm hoping against hope, that Eric will prove to be a better man in this situation. But from what we've seen, he's ready to just go ahead and jump ship, go back to Forrester, and leave Katie in the lurch. That, to put it very bluntly, is, well, let me be more kind. Let me just say, it's not cool. But we've seen over the years that Eric himself is no saint. It is true that he has become somewhat of an elder statesman, that they have turned him into a bit of the moral voice of the family. But keep in mind, he also chose to interfere in Ridge and Taylor's relationship and pushed Ridge to Brooke. He championed Brooke. I can appreciate him having a favorite, but really, he did Taylor dirty. You know it, and I know it. So we can't pretend that Eric really is the great moral voice on The Bold and Beautiful. But as I was saying before, it really bothers me, one, that he would show this lack of self respect and go back to foreshadow the way he was treated. But mostly, it really irks me the idea that Katie is depending on him. And it looks like he's decided to jump ship the moment that Ridge says a few kind words. What's going to happen next? I can't be certain. I hope that Dollar Bill will fight like heck. I hope that they'll make a big stink about the whole thing. And remember, they already have quite a few of Eric's designs. Recall that they were on Bill's desk back at Spencer. I don't see any reason why they should give them back. It's certainly going to get exciting, no doubt. Well, that's enough for today. We'll continue tomorrow. And remember to keep being bold and restless.